From the uncertainty of when the fight will take place, to McGregor's USADA situation being out of his hands, Dana White is being constantly asked about the upcoming bout between Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler. Let's take a look at all of the updates, starting with the fact that two rivals have already locked horns. The pair are going up against each other as coaches, for now, on the 31st season of the UFC's reality series called The Ultimate Fighter. This is leading up to their showdown, which is said to be one of the most watched combat sports events of the year. Dana White confirmed that this bout will definitely take place, but there's no formal date, and a lot of details that need to be worked out before anything can happen. So White has to update the fans often until all the information is confirmed. He spoke up during an interview with Pat McAfee and said that they're still working on the fight. There's a lot of work that needs to be taken care of before anything can happen. The date isn't confirmed, and the other factors aren't either. The pair are busy filming the season of TUF, and Conor is coming back from that shin break. So White knows that there are a lot of questions, but they just don't have the answers to all of them yet. The filming is actively going on as we speak, and the show will debut on ESPN in late May. Since it'll run all summer, the fight will take place around August or September. Nonetheless, Conor and Chandler are both amped up for the fight, and Conor hinted at the weight class of the fight. He was better than White with the updates. McGregor is known for being UFC's first ever dual-weight champion. He won the featherweight and lightweight belts in 2015 and 2016, and he's also fought at welterweight. This makes him one of the most versatile and talented fighters out there. Anywho, he's busy prepping for the season along with Chandler, and the date, location, and weight class of the bout haven't been confirmed. But when the Irish spoke to the MMA Hour, he said something very interesting. He revealed that the fight will take place at 170 pounds. This would allow him to pursue a welterweight title shot. That is, if he wins. So he isn't just looking forward to one single fight. He's looking forward to winning over the whole weight class. McGregor has fought in this weight group before, so it'll be interesting to see if he can actually lead to the belt. He also let out another little hint. He said that the trilogy fight with Diaz was actually his original plan to return to. And who knows, that might still happen later on. It's surprising that he's coming back after everything he's been through. The Notorious has been amazing in the field of MMA. He'll go down as one of the biggest legends, in a good way or bad. He's been suffering back-to-back defeats before his career-ending knee injury. But his intention to come back to the octagon is inspiring, to be honest. He's currently in communication with USADA. He revealed in an interview that he's talking with them to come out of retirement and compete, which means that he has to re-enter the drug testing pool. He's not rushing into it blindly. There are hurdles and whatnot, but he confirmed that there's constant and mutual communication. The thing is, during his 2-year break, he packed on some serious muscle, and his bulked up physique has sparked concern, especially if you consider his exit from the testing pool after the surgery. Fellow fighters have even said that he might be on some steroids or something, and apparently, the 6-month testing period may not apply to him. He said that there's an interview, after which there was a meeting. 2 clean tests later, and he's good to go. This will, no doubt, be met with harsh responses from other UFC fighters and members of the USADA pool, because generally, fighters have to be in the testing pool for 6 months and submit 2 negative tests to compete. But it may not work out the way he wants it to, since he confidently said that he can skip the line. USADA has released an official statement, one that makes him look like a fool for trying to skip all the hurdles on his road back to the cage. They stated that they meet with all the athletes who enter or re-enter the pool, and that they do not have a meeting set with Conor. And at the time of their statement, no notice of him coming out of retirement to compete has been made officially. So Conor is all talk and no show right now. The UFC rules are clear about this. The 6 months have to be crossed by every fighter. It's a fair way to ensure that no fighter goes to retirement just to gain an unfair advantage. And Conor is screaming advantage. The UFC alone is the only one who can make an exception. That too, under certain circumstances. So, USADA has made it clear that Conor must be in the testing pool for the full period. There's no way around it. If he was to enter the pool right now, the earliest he can fight is in October of 2023. Dana White has said that this is not in his power. I can hear Conor's plans crashing down. White recently met with the media for interviews after the UFC 286 bouts, and he spoke about many topics. He spoke about McGregor's return. The Irishman seems to be excited about his return. If needed, he's willing to fight this week itself. Coaching at TUF was a huge step in coming back for him, and training in Vegas has been good for him. The location of his return is tough to determine. White wanted Croke Park in Dublin before, but it hadn't worked out. And since the time and date of the fight hasn't been set, nothing else can be decided. When talking about his USADA situation, he bluntly asked the media to go hit up Jeff Nowitzki. The UFC president made it clear he doesn't care about this stuff, and that this problem is entirely on McGregor. He wants no part in this matter, and thinks that the experts should handle it. White also thinks that any cordial relationship between McGregor and Chandler has come to an end. I think the mutual appreciation they had has come to an end. Since TUF 31 started filming, there was some respect between the stars as they coached a bunch of fighters. But that all changed a while ago. An altercation took place during the production. White teased that some bad news turned the filming into a hostile event. He said that they don't like each other now since a lot went down recently. It's hard to tell if he was hyping up the show or if there's actually beef between the pair. Anywho, beef or no beef, Gunnar Nelson thinks that McGregor will defeat Chandler. Nelson has been a longtime friend and training partner for the Irish, so his opinion may be a little biased toward this fight, but he knows his friend the best. He stated that he's confident that McGregor will come back in this highly anticipated fight and dominate Chandler, provided one very important thing: that he trains well and effectively. According to him, if he trains properly and is in shape, he'll kick the out of him. With his limited window left in the fighting world, the Notorious is hoping for one thing: to have 100 more fights. He's working on consistency after a long period of on and offs. So far, he only wants a nice consecutive run of bouts. And that's all on the updates that Dana White has provided fans on Conor vs. Chandler.